Welcome to Dreamy Fairy English Land. Today, I am going to tell you a fantastic story. Cinderella. At midnight, magic can happen. And tonight, it's the story of Cinderella. Relax and get cozy. You can choose a comfortable position. Let's dive into the fantastic story. Once upon a time, there was a kind and lovely girl. Her name was Cinderella. She lived with her father in a beautiful house. Her mother died when she was very young. Her father loved her very much and always tried to make her happy. One day, her father died. After that, Cinderella had to live with her stepmother and two stepsisters. They were not kind. They made Cinderella do all the housework. She cleaned, cooked, and washed clothes. The stepsisters wore pretty dresses and played all day. Cinderella's days were long and tiring. She woke up before the sun. She carried water, cleaned the floors, and cooked meals. In winter, she washed clothes with her hands. She had no soft bed. She slept on a hard mat near the fire. At night, when others were resting, she still worked. Her clothes were old and torn. Her face and arms were covered with ashes from the fire. Her stepmother gave her no love. Her stepsisters laughed at her. "You are dirty. You are only a servant," said the stepmother. But Cinderella's heart was still gentle. She dreamed of a better life, even if no one believed in her. One day, the king made an announcement. There would be a big ball at the palace. The prince would choose a bride. All young women were invited. At home, Cinderella had more work. She had to make 2 new dresses for her stepsisters. "Faster," one sister shouted. "This dress is ugly," the other sister screamed. Cinderella asked softly, "When can I make my own dress for the ball?" The stepmother laughed. "You? You will not go to the ball." The sisters pointed at her. "You are too dirty. The prince will never look at you." Cinderella was quiet, but in her heart she thought, "Maybe I'm poor and dirty, but I'm not nothing. If I can, I want to go to the ball." On the night of the ball, a carriage waited at the door. The stepmother and stepsisters got in and left. "Goodbye," Cinderella said kindly, but they did not answer. Cinderella sat alone by the fire. She whispered, "I wish I could go to the ball too." Suddenly, a fairy appeared. "Did you call me?" the fairy asked with a smile. "Who are you?" Cinderella asked. "I am your fairy godmother. I know your wish. I will help you." The fairy waved her magic wand. She turned the big, round pumpkin into a shiny golden carriage. She changed Cinderella's old clothes into a blue, shiny dress. She also turned the little mice into small coachmen to drive the carriage. The fairy made a pair of glass slippers for her feet. They shone like stars in the candlelight. "Beautiful!" Cinderella cried. She twirled around. The fairy said, "Remember, the magic ends at midnight. You must leave before then." Cinderella nodded. She carefully stepped into the carriage. The pumpkin carriage shone in the night. 4 white horses ran fast to the palace. At the palace, the prince met many young women, but he did not feel anything special. Then, a beautiful girl walked down the stairs. It was Cinderella. Her eyes were bright and full of hope. The prince's heart jumped. He went to her and said, "Hello, may I have this dance?" Cinderella smiled and said, "Yes, of course." They danced together. The prince asked, "What is your name?" "I am Cinderella," she answered softly. "You are very beautiful," the prince said. "Thank you," Cinderella replied, feeling happy. They danced many times. They laughed and talked. It felt like they had always known each other. Time went very fast. Cinderella forgot about the clock. The clock struck. Cinderella looked up. "Oh no, it is almost midnight. I must go," she cried. She ran down the stairs. One glass slipper fell off, but she did not stop. The prince picked up the slipper. "I will find the girl who fits this shoe. She will be my bride." At midnight, the magic disappeared. The carriage turned back into a pumpkin. The coachman became a mouse again. Cinderella's beautiful dress changed back to her old clothes. She returned to her normal life. The next day, the prince went to every house, but no one could wear the glass slipper. At last, he came to Cinderella's home. The stepsisters jumped out excitedly. They wanted to try the glass slipper. The first sister pushed her foot into the shoe. "Try, try," she said. The shoe got stuck. It popped. Bang! She fell down. The second sister tried too. She pushed hard and twisted her foot. She jumped a few times. At last, she shouted, "This shoe cannot fit." Their feet were too big. "Is there another young woman here?" the prince asked. "No," the stepmother said quickly. "Maybe there is one more," Cinderella said. She stepped forward. The prince knelt down. He put the glass slipper on Cinderella's foot. It fit perfectly. She took the other slipper from her pocket. "It is you," the prince said happily. The stepsisters shouted, but it was was too late. Finally, Cinderella and the prince got married. They lived happily ever after. We can learn many things from the story. Even when life was hard, Cinderella did not give up. She believed that if she stayed kind and hopeful, good things could happen. She was brave and confident. She faced challenges with a strong heart. She went to the ball, met the prince, and showed her true self. Remember, like Cinderella, you can keep dreaming, be kind, and be brave. Good things can happen when you believe in yourself. If you liked this story, please remember to subscribe and give us a like. We will share more fun stories. We'll meet again in another lovely story. I wish you have a restful sleeps and sweet dreams. Good night.